Hey there, everybody. Just driving down highway. Figured I'd talk to the camera. I'm Adam from the I Have UC. Diagnosed October 2nd, 2008, which means I'm coming up in October on my 14th anniversary. Woohoo! I think that's kind of impressive. I know some of you are way past that, and some of you are just getting started. But what I can say is so much has changed for me. I didn't put the AC on. It's getting hot in here. Since early days, first year of being diagnosed was a train wreck. Bouncing around from being really, really sick. Even before I was diagnosed, to jumping on a bunch of different medications. Let's turn that off because it's probably loud, the AC. And went from starting off with a prescription of prednisone after I left the colonoscopy, where I was diagnosed by Dr. Harvey Young at Stanford, and didn't know what was going on, didn't know anything about UC. And after I started taking those first couple pills, I remember prednisone, I thought that I was cured, all was good. Oh, this is gonna be like a little cold I got. Common cold, take little meds, go and get rid of it. And at that point, I hadn't thought deep into like this is going to be a lifelong thing. So I hadn't really thought that this might be a challenge to get under control. I hadn't thought about that at all at that point. It wasn't until about a week later when it was clear that there was more help needed. And then I started taking the 5-ASA, acetylcholine, sulfasalazine, and still things aren't going well, and Remicade is getting bumped up. And at that point, the decision was made to start trying Remicade, which a bunch of you know about. It's an immune suppressing type of drug. And steroids, prednisone, is also suppressing the immune system, by the way. But anyway, long story short, Remicade worked instantly. Within 24 hours, again, thought I was cured, and then my body became, I guess, immune to that. And the second infusion, third infusion were basically worthless. Back on heavy steroids, then on Humira. Lots of side effects from Humira and zero benefit to the UC. All kinds of joint issues, skin issues, and got off all of that. Met someone just before I was getting ready to get my colon removed, girl with UC, been through almost all the exact same medications as me, and then was medication free, and she had changed her diet up. And I said, well, let's go into the kitchen. And I was like hunched on the couch. Her name's Christine, super nice, younger girl than me at the point. At that time I was 28 back then, 28, 29. And yeah, she just got done running a half marathon, and I was like, are you serious? I couldn't imagine doing anything. I was so weak. I usually weigh about 160 to 170 pounds. I was down to about 130, 135. It was pretty bad for me. And I know a lot of folks have been in similar, some not so bad, some even worse. Anyway, throw out a bunch of stuff in the kitchen. I just told her anything that you wouldn't eat, put in the trash. And all the ice cream out of the fridge, all kinds of stuff, breads, chips. So that diet that she follows called the Specific Carbohydrate Diet. There's a lot written up online all over the place. The bottom line is reducing a whole bunch of carbs, breads, grain, like all grains, everything, every single one, out the door, gone. Starch is gone. Most sugar's gone. It's kind of like down to vegetables, meats, proteins, no soy. So it's hard to do, it ain't easy, but I did it for about 6, 7, 8 years, pretty religiously. And I'm not a religious person. Anyway, things got better. Soon after that, actually, within just a couple months, I was off all medications, and I haven't been on a maintenance drug ever since. So I've been more or less medication free. I've taken steroids 2 or 3 times for flare-ups in the past 12 years, like stubborn, nasty flare-ups. And I've probably had several that have been little kind of bumps in the road. And I guess the bigger news for me is that 4, maybe 5 years ago now, I stopped being on this really hard specific carbohydrate style diet and started eating much more freely, and today I pretty much eat whatever I want. I just went to the grocery store actually. Picked up some potato chips, which I'll be having for lunch, and some little rolls and some turkey. Got a bunch of nuts, and I'll probably have a beer. I'm going out to the cottage right now. I'm in the Czech Republic because I live in Prague at the moment, and it's raining right now, but I'm gonna be doing some weed whacking, checking out on my tomato plants. But I guess I'm setting up this video here because I haven't done some videos in a while, and I want to say, hey, all is well. Physically, I'm doing pretty darn good, although I kind of tweaked my back a few days ago, but nothing too crazy. But I'm doing, when I go to the park in the morning, which is about 4 to 5 days a week, I do 5 sets of 10 pull-ups. Yesterday I went and I just went to go do as many as I can in one set because I was pushing the stroller, which is also a new part of life for me. And I did 16. Probably could have done 17 or 18, but I stopped at 16. I didn't want to show off in front of the rest of the muscle heads over there. Just kidding. But life is well. If you're just diagnosed and you're thinking the life's going to end and the world's gone and you got no clue on what to do, don't worry. All of us have been there. And life does go on, and it goes on pretty good for some of us, most of us actually. Huge thing I would recommend to everybody who's watching, no matter how long you've had UC, is to find a GI doctor who you trust. Most importantly, someone who you trust and you feel understands and is willing to listen to you, because this isn't like a one-time going to the doctor and you're done. And it's even the same for people that have surgery, you know. You need to find a GI doctor who you trust. If you don't like your doctor right now, start looking for a new one. That'd be my biggest advice. And don't feel bad about that. I've changed doctors. And you find someone you like that's going to help you out. And if you, your family, some people are quite young that get diagnosed with UC, even in teenage years or even earlier. I've spoken with folks who had children that were less than 3 years old diagnosed over the years. So it depends how it goes for each of you, but having a doctor you trust is important, and that'd be my biggest recommendation for, you know, out of the gates. There's a lot of discussion. I wrote a post up not too many days ago on the facebook.com/IHaveUC group. Now everyone, Facebook.com/IHaveUC group is about 19,000 people. And it's a public group. You're welcome to join it. There's also a private group, IHaveUC private Facebook group, which is private, and there's about 1,200 people as of recording this video on there. The private group gets a lot more involvement, I think, because it's private. So if you're wanting to, you know, post up a question and get like 20, 30 responses from people with UC, that's the group for you. And both groups are, you know, somewhat similar. One's private. Anyway, that's all. I got nothing else to say other than I'm getting close to the cottage. I'm out here in, you know, I'm on a little village road, so hang on a second. I'm just gonna do a little illegal driving for a moment. Yeah, you can see where we're at. You see? This is Czech Republic, just about 30 kilometers south of Prague. Yeah. Okay, you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, if it helps you out in any way, please hit the like button. I appreciate that. Just so I know people actually are enjoying some of these videos. You can obviously subscribe to the channel, and I'll try to be posting up stuff again. There's about 100, maybe 200 videos I've posted up. If you're interested more, you can watch them. I talk about meals that I cook, things that I eat. This morning, you know, I made French toast. Sourdough bread, went down to the bakery, Crow Bakery at Yishios Podebrad, and bought that stuff, made French toast with 6 eggs for my wife and I. I was not making French toast 12 years ago at all. I didn't have French toast for 8 years, and I didn't have bread, I didn't have potato chips for years. So this is all kind of advanced once you've gotten things under control. If you're one of those folks like me that's, you know, not doing the medication route, and I would even say if you are on the medication route and things aren't under control, I wouldn't be having French toast and coffee and syrup for breakfast. That's my recommendation, but you can do it.